Okay, back to my video. Now, I started this video earlier and I had technical difficulties with my bow. Some reason, when I drew it back and shot 2 arrows, the third arrow I went and drew back, and the set screw for the draw, it's like a thumb screw in the cam. Well, where it screws through the cam, somehow it got caught on the back side of the draw cables. So for the last 20 minutes, I'm there trying to get this so that, because the string's already expanded and the limbs are bending because the draw cable's locked up on that set cam screw. So now what I was doing was I was shooting a bunch of arrows into a 3/4 inch piece of plywood. So I think I have my bow problem settled out, because as soon as it happened, I'm like, crap. I gotta run out the local archery shop, which is about 35 minutes away, and get this string reset back on my bow because it's hung up on this set screw. But I got it, and we're gonna see if it's going to work. I drew it back a couple times. The screw ain't catching that draw cable anymore, which I'm trying to figure out. That's like the dumbest setup in the world. But so I've already shot 2 shots into the 3/4 inch plywood right there. Now, I mentioned the arrows before. One's a Carbon Express Mutiny. The other one's a bone collector, and then there's some other off-brand. They're all cheap, junky arrows, but 2 of them have broadheads on. 3 of them have 3 of them have field tips on, and 2 of them have broadheads on. One's an expandable, which call it expandable, mechanical, whatever you want to call it, and the other one's just a fixed 3.3 blade. So we're going to blast it into this piece of 3/4 inch plywood here and see how much damage we actually can do to the arrow. I'm going to check them at home. I can't check them here to see if they're bent or not, but they're carbon. They usually don't bend, they fly apart first. But the first 2 I shot in there they went in there pretty solid. I'm shooting at 35 yards on this, so let's see what happens. No more bow mechanical malfunctions. Let me turn my tripod down. There we go. Okay. Dag. Okay, let me take this off here once. Show you. Here's the front. Okay. Here's the back. That top one really went whipping through there. Well, None of them flew apart. They all kept their knocks, which was amazing. Usually shooting through something like that, they'll at least bounce the knocks off, but most of the arrows penetrated through. Some of them just hit and looked like a bullet stuck in there. But hey, wanted to try something different. It's one of them days. Kind of distressed about my bow though. That was kind of strange. Pull it back and hit the trigger and the string just sat there in my release. I was like, what? I was waiting for the string just to boom, pull in and limbs fly apart. But here, it got caught up on that set screw. Now, my archery shop ain't open on a Wednesday, which is dumb. But I'll make sure I get it out to the shop to see what caused that. Now, see, I went with a little teeny piece of rubber and stuck it in behind that set screw to space it out a little bit. It seems not to be touching it now. But I'm trying to figure out why it screws in so far on one cam, and it's got the same size set screw on the other side, and it don't screw in that far. Maybe it's just a manufacturing problem with that screw. It's a little too long, but I'll take it out to the Hoyt dealer and see what they got to say about it. I mean, I got it back together. I mean, it seems to be shooting fine. So I don't know. Maybe I would just call them and see. Maybe I can take them set screws out, because it's for the draw. I don't understand the way they set them up with the different set screws and stuff. So, but there was my video. A little crappy one today. Not too great, but let's see. I'll have another video on Friday, so we'll see what happens then. But until then, later.